Worried that the psycho outside would take over her body, the girl quickly picked up the baseball bat and cautiously walked to the door to check. Kathy was so scared she kept backing away, but before she could figure out how to handle it, there was another knock on the door. Hearing a little girl's voice, Kathy quickly and cautiously walked back to the door to check. At a critical moment, Kathy pulled the girl into the room in time, saving her life. It turned out that the little girl was actually the landlord's daughter. She happened to be passing by and wanted to come in for a glass of water, but she didn't expect to run into a situation like this. Led by the girl, Kathy took out a hunting rifle from a hidden cabinet, preparing to face off against the psycho killer. But before she could figure out a plan, the girl's mother's voice could be heard from outside the door.
Patty!
Worried that the other person might be in danger, Kathy quickly opened the door. Having no choice, Kathy had to close the door and let the woman outside fend for herself. But just then, to save her mother, the girl ignored the obstruction and opened the door. As a result, she was horrified to find that her mother was hanging in mid-air by the killer. Seeing her mother's life hanging by a thread, the girl rushed over, but the pregnant Kathy next to her was hesitant to go forward because she knew that the killer's target was the baby in her belly. Even though the girl kept shouting for her help to protect the baby in her womb, she still heartlessly returned to the room and locked the door. Seeing this situation, the killer directly took out a dagger and cut the rope on the woman's neck, because keeping the woman alive was still of great use to her. However, Kathy in the room couldn't help but cry her eyes out. She never would have thought that someone would want to kidnap the baby in her belly. But before she could figure out how to escape, the woman's heart-wrenching scream suddenly came from outside.